Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. It is Friday.
Yay. 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 I don't change it. I change it around a little bit.
It's September the 5th. Thank you.
Okay.
And today could very well be the hottest day of the year. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds. And so far, things are looking pretty good in traffic. A bit of construction ramping up, but overall, everybody's got the rubber side down.
Well, it is going to be incredibly hot, incredibly humid throughout the day today. In fact, we even have a heat warning in place. So today could certainly be another one of those days.
For TIFF, you want to wear skimpy clothes today, wherever you are.
Right.
Things like that.
Right.
Okay. Good afternoon. Look at that. Oh, yes.
But we are going to see some stormy weather. We've got a cold front on the way that's going to collide with all of this hot, soupy, muggy air mass, and it is going to bring us the potential for some severe thunderstorms. Now, torrential downpours, localized flooding could certainly be an issue, and very gusty conditions.
Dinner in the CN Tower tonight would be very exciting.
This evening, yeah.
This evening.
Yeah.
Just up there and let the lightning begin. Wow.
Yeah, if you will. The weather was perfect. It was hot, it was sticky, and those conditions are going to continue today. But things change over the weekend. Details just ahead. First, here's Tom. Well, we are going to see that hot, muggy air leave us by tomorrow. This cold front is going to bring in a much cooler, drier air mass behind it. And that's where we're going to see our temperatures literally plummet. We're going to go from the low 30s back to the low 20s. But we are going to be seeing some sunshine over the weekend. High pressure gets fully into place. So overall, a great weekend weather-wise, but temperatures not as hot as today. We return to more seasonal values for the weekend.
Go to the Weather Network.
Good morning. It's Friday. It is the 5th of September. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and a fairly good start to the day. If you're just heading out driving, well, it's good for the most part. And Friday's typically lighter, especially when TIFF's on. A lot of people in town, so very exciting. A lot of movie stars here.
It is hot for those movie stars. We are currently under a heat warning, which means our temperatures are above 30 today, expecting to feel closer to 40. Everybody feeling the heat today. It is going to be an absolute scorcher. In fact, it could be the hottest day of the year. And the potential is there for some small-sized hail. And of course, with any kind of thunderstorm risk, there is that very slight chance for tornadic activity. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on hosting a barbecue tonight, or if you've got like a sports activity, baseball game or soccer game. Just, I don't know, postpone, cancel. Just keep your eye on the sky this afternoon. Be safe.
Yeah, just get a big umbrella. Stay inside.
Most of today will be very similar, but we do have that active weather threat. And we'll talk more about how temperatures are going to change over the weekend in just a moment. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Well, it is going to be so hot today. Temperatures getting up into the low 30s, but feeling more like the low 40s when you factor in the humidity. This cold front's going to hit later on this afternoon and in through this evening and give us some decent thunderstorms. And then behind it, a much cooler, drier air mass coming in. Temperatures are going to be back to more seasonal values. We're looking at 23 degrees tomorrow. Still feeling a little muggy at 26, but Sunday, Monday, a beautiful forecast. Lots of sunshine and temperatures exactly where they're supposed to be. We'll start in Iceland, where a volcano continues to rumble and tease. Scientists and airline officials are watching closely as lava and steam are released. But so far, the dreaded ash cloud hasn't materialized. In the meantime, one pilot took advantage of the delay to give his passengers a once-in-a-lifetime view of the lava flow. The American Midwest has taken a beating from severe thunderstorms this week. And now that moisture, along with Norbert from the Pacific, will bring a much-needed drenching to the U.S. Southwest. This heat warning in place stretches from the Kawarthas all the way down through Windsor. Temperatures are expected to get up to the low 30s, feeling more like the low 40s when you factor in the humidity. So it's no wonder that when we see this cold front come through, we do have the risk of severe thunderstorms. Now, the biggest threat's going to be heavy rain, the small-sized hail, and very, very gusty conditions. This is going to hit us later in the afternoon, possibly just after the 4 o'clock hour, in between kind of 4 and 7. And then behind that, we've got a much cooler, drier air mass moving through. So temperatures for the weekend actually return to more seasonal values. We're going to go from 32 feeling like 41 today to 23 feeling like 26 tomorrow. Huge difference. Much more comfortable if you don't love the heat and humidity. And then Sunday and Monday, absolutely gorgeous seasonal values throughout Toronto.
Go to the weather.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. It's Friday, the 5th of September. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and a fairly good start to the drive this morning. If you're just heading out, it's a bit lighter than normal, especially on hot days when people want to stay at home and don't really want to go to work?
Yeah, well, it is going to be an incredibly warm day today. We do, in fact, have a heat warning in place today. The highest temperature ever recorded was 31.7, and that was back in 1945. There is a very good chance that we could beat that today because our forecast high is 32.
Well, that's good.
The coldest temperature ever recorded for this day, like the overnight low, 3.3.
Ew.
We're nowhere near that.
No.
Not even close.
No.
Unless
you live in Calgary.
No, I'm talking Toronto.
I know
Tom.
that. I know. Poor Calgarians and Edmontonians, they've been getting nailed lately.
Yeah, some areas in the mountains have seen snow. But anyways, we digress.
Okay.
Let's take a look at our thunderstorm risk. The biggest threat with these storms is going to be heavy downpours with the potential for some small-sized hail, very strong gusty conditions. So this will be happening, unfortunately, just in time for your commute home. So keep your eye on the sky if you've got any kind of outdoor activities planned, if you're hosting a barbecue, that kind of thing. We'll talk about the dramatic change in your temperature in just a few moments. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads? Okay, so here's what's going on right now. We do have the cold front. It's moving in through the Michigan side of Sault Ste. Marie and even across the border. We are going to be seeing heavy rain with this right now. Parts of lower northern Michigan are seeing 50 millimeters of rain an hour. So intense as the system gets closer. It's not expected to weaken. We are expected to see some pretty decent thunderstorms along the cold front, and then behind it, temperatures dropping dramatically, returning to seasonal values for the weekend. We'll start in Iceland, where a volcano continues to rumble and tease. Scientists and airline officials are watching closely as lava and steam are released. Well, we do have this heat warning in place. Temperatures today are expected to be over 31, so we're expected 32, feeling more like 41 when you factor in the humidity. This is the system that is on its way throughout southern Ontario. This is currently dropping about 50 millimeters an hour through parts of Michigan. And this cold front is really going to stir up once it hits that really warm, muggy, soupy air. That's where we could see the potential for some severe thunderstorms. Strong winds, potential for some small hail, heavy downpour, so localized flooding could certainly be an issue. 15 to 30 millimeters of rain expected for much of the GTA. This cold front is going to bring those storms through by this evening, and then behind it through the overnight, temperatures are going to be dropping dramatically. We've got a northwesterly wind, which is going to bring our temperatures closer to seasonal values just in time for the weekend, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about. Lots of different events happening this weekend. We're looking at 23 for tomorrow, and then for Sunday, sunshine and a daytime high of 22.
Go to the weather.
Meteorologically, summer is over. And in the past season, Toronto only reached 30 degrees 5 times, 3 of which happened in June, twice last month. So, is it a sign of things to come? Find out September 8th when we reveal our fall outlook, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
Thanks, Kasia. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is going to be another hot one today. In fact, we do have a heat warning in place, stretching from the Kawarthas right down through Windsor. Temperatures into the low 20s, but feeling more like the low 40s. Now, with all that warm, muggy, stoopy air and a cold front coming in, we've got the